Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.
That's right, Taylor. 500 help for all your heating and air conditioning needs. And of course, 500 help for duct cleaning as well. If you have allergies like mine and you're wondering what's going on in your house and all your ducts, is it the pet hair? Is it just dust? Is it dust mites? Don't even think about that. You'll gross yourself out. Just call Taylor. 500 help. Taylor Heating and Plumbing will do it all for you. We have air conditioning from Taylor. We don't need it today because as the rest of the nation is broiling, it's 57 today. What the hell? I don't know what's going on. It was 89 yesterday. Air conditioning, heating, plumbing, home energy, comprehensive maintenance plans. You talk to Jerry at Taylor Heating and Plumbing, and they will do it all for you. Since 1947, they've been around a long time, so we appreciate them. And if you want your lawn to look fabulous, and you got to go up and talk to my friends in Webster on North Avenue at Precision Lawn and Garden, Justin and Kimberly, and they will make sure that you have the big daddy of all lawnmowers. They also have weed eaters. They have everything you need to make your lawn, the lawn of the neighborhood. So go see them. Precision Lawn and Garden, been providing Rochester, surrounding areas, professional sales, service, and parts since 1969. They've got it all. Blowers, chainsaw, lawn mowers, new models, on sale models. They've got it all. Precision Lawn and Garden, 195 North Avenue in Webster. Make sure you tell Kimberly and Justin that Kimberlys Revolution sent you. And sponsor of the Kimberlys Revolution show, of course, Express Sealers, because nothing looks nicer than a freshly sealed driveway. Always looks amazing. They're one of these guys who they get it done, and you can trust them to have great hand-applied commercial-grade seal coat. It's not some of that really liquidy crap that looks awful after you have some fly-by-night company come through the neighborhood. No. Express Sealers are fantastic. So call them today, 645-2010. In fact, they're going to be doing our driveway in the neighborhood of North Greece, Tom. I know you're jealous. Call 645-2010. That's 645-2010 for Express Sealers, and support our sponsors because they support us, and we could not do Kimberlys Revolution Daily Show without them.
Live from the We the People broadcast studio in Chile, Irondequoit, New York. Irondequoit. Here's Kimberly.
That's me. That is me. Hi, Kimberlys Revolution, the Daily Show, and we have guests in studio. Just Tom from Kimberlys Revolution.
Am I still a guest?
You're still a guest. You're not a guest. You're just here. And this guy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Michael Meggison.
Wait a minute. I got my tinfoil hat.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to thank the thousands and thousands of people who have emailed and demanded that I get on this podcast.
Yeah.
Your dreams are now fulfilled. Ladies,
Yes.
put your numbers down in the comment section.
Yes.
And I just want to also say, I am, as everyone knows, the wheeling, dealing, girlfriend stealing, limousine riding son of a gun.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
How are you, Michael Meggison? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Kimberly. I've been busy beside my job. You know that I've been blogging here and there. KingofRochester.com.
Yes.
Everybody go to it. You will laugh and you will actually agree with what I say.
It's entertainment, of course.
It's entertaining and it's also libel, but what can I say?
Michael Meggison's views are not the views of Kimberlys Revolution. Although
Do we need a disclaimer?
It is entertainment. I mean, I think all blogs are entertainment. I think all shows are entertainment. It's like reading your blog is like the Real Housewives of New York or New Jersey, right? It's like it's a guilty pleasure that you just kind of you laugh at, and you've got a talent for it. I will have to admit. And no, I mean, I have been the victim of his writings. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I don't get all upset about it.
I also defended you too in one blog.
Yeah. You've also called me name, but I don't mind because I don't take anything.
So what name did he call you, Kimberly?
Personally, I don't know.
It was the third letter of the alphabet.
But you know what?
Really?
Yeah, no.
That one?
I
called a lot of women a lot worse things. So she actually got unscathed.
Well, Kimberly's more like a guy, so that's okay.
He's an equal opportunity offender. So, and I just kind of laugh. He's a guilty pleasure. So, and I like what he does. And I've been the butt of a lot of the jokes on his blog, and I don't care. You know what? I'm not going to take the time to be angry at Michael about it. I've known him for a really long time.
Well, you know about that one person that I blog frequently about that tried to attack me. Tried to attack me.
I have no idea.
We don't have any idea.
Welcome to the Kimberlys Revolution. I have no idea.
Do you know what I'm thankful for, Kimberly?
That I'm here today?
Well, that, and I almost blocked Michael like 6 times, but I didn't. So he's here because I refused to listen to the patrons and block him.
I think everyone has an interesting take. I think Michael has an interesting take on some things. I think that that's why he's here. Patty, okay. This guy is going to tell us how many women he's like. No, we're not going to let Michael go on and on about
Tommy Lahren. I don't know
about the women he's not slept with.
All right.
But can I just say, Aunt Mel Aunt Mel, Chad Hummel of Kimberlys Revolution on Wednesdays that we do at 4:00. I've been trying to find Mel a house since October of last year when we found out about the house in Harbor Hill that I listed and we sold. So finally we got Melanie house. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want anything to jinx it. I'm just so excited because poor Melanie has been beat out on so many offers. As you guys know, the housing situation all over the country, not just in Rochester, is a bit cray. But if you just hang in there long enough,
you'll get one.
And that's what I want to tell there's some people that have kind of come and they're here, they're not here. And I just want to say, just give it time and eventually you will get the house. Now, I know looking since October can really frustrate the majority of people, but eventually, here's what I feel like. I feel like the market is loosening up a bit. I feel like the market is turning a little bit. I just listed a house last Thursday on Titus, 967 Titus. So we're taking offers on Sunday. So it's a cute split level, built in 1952. Great year. So, and I'm listing another one this Thursday and it's on Heberly. So again, there's some great stuff coming up. So yay.
I had something really exciting happen to me on Father's Day.
What did you have happen to you on Father's Day?
I went and visited my father. It was the first time our family had gotten together since before COVID. Blah, 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 blah. Went to Bill Gray's for lunch. The bartender said I look like Kevin Costner.
Michael?
My bartender said I look like Kevin Hart. All right.
I know he was milking for a little bit of a tip there.
Yeah, he was. Did you leave him a tip?
Hey, I'm Kevin Hart. Hey.
Was that an impression?
Did you
it's an impression of a very short comedian.
Yeah. Right. Did you get the tip?
I did. Yeah. So I'm officially a Kevin Costner lookalike.
Yeah, sure. I would go. Yeah, you look a little like Kevin Hart, Michael. I will say that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
How you doing, everybody?
Except for he's really short. He's really short. Yeah. Hey, Robin, love you, Robin. Yeah. And, of course, who else is Casey Meggison is actually very intelligent on his delivery. He just sucks most of the time.
Because I am the show and I am the party.
Yes, you are the show and you are definitely the party. So are your parents still with us?
Well, my
Michael?
stepfather and mother are still together.
Okay.
They're all going on 30 years. My father lives actually in the Tampa, Florida area.
Yeah.
And speaking about family, I'm going to be at my father's grandmother's side of the family reunion in about 30 days.
Yeah.
the first time I've ever met anybody from my great grandmother's family. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
going to be
That's
very
fun.
interesting.
Exciting.
That you can ancestry.com figure out, who the serial killers are in your family.
Actually,
It has to
I am
come from
related.
somewhere.
I know.
I'm related to a lot of interesting people. I'm a distant related. Remember the Boston Brinks robbery in the 1950s?
No.
It was a huge
Son
robbery.
of Sam.
No. I'm
Boston.
related to the wife of one of the Boston Brinks robbers.
Interesting. Did you get any of
Yes.
that money? That's all I'm interested
He
in.
does
if
look
you
a little
did.
bit like Arthur Shawcross, Kimberly.
I
a tad. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You must be talking about John Stamos, but that's
That's
fine
it.
enough.
Yeah, same thing.
So did you call your dad on Father's Day?
I call all my relatives all the time.
You're
Yes.
nice. You're a nice kid.
Yeah,
He's a good boy.
We were born in an era when you respect your parents, right? And
absolutely.
we were born in an era where, for the most part, the family was intact, which is why
Yep.
we towed the line, because we knew if we didn't, we get our head knocked off, right?
Right.
I mean, we just behaved ourselves. It's
Oh, I never behaved myself. What are you talking about?
completely different generation than what we're dealing with.
I'll tell you this. I was never a bad kid. I was a mouthy kid.
Yeah,
I-
we all were.
I think the worst thing our family is guilty of is sarcasm. I love it when I used to go to Livonia, people used to brag, "Hey, we're just sarcastic people." And I go,
Yeah.
"Holy damn!" I said, "I'm from Long Island, dicks."
There you go.
You're talking about sarcasm. You haven't dealt with sarcasm until you came to Long Island. You'll be going on your hands and knees, crying and
Yeah.
weeping if you dealt with us. So don't talk about sarcasm.
Well, the very, very so is it the Housewives of Long Island? No, that just encompasses New York, right?
Yeah, it's all the blue eyeshadow and the.
I know.
All right.
I love it.
Long
Yelling.
Island medium. That's
Yeah.
all I got.
That's it, exactly. So, just to let you know, coming up in 2 days, and I got the best strawberries in Hilton the other day. So I had to take the
There's
dogs.
none left. All the strawberries are gone.
I don't know. It's a very short picking season for strawberries. So I had to take. I pulled a Just Tom. I had to take the dogs to get their nails cut
Yeah.
because the Chihuahuas are
Priorities.
very particular. So on Thursday, I went up. On Friday, I took them to get their nails cut, and right by Apple Country Veterinary, and you guys know that if you're from the North Greece Hilton area, there's a little orchard, and I guess they have strawberry patch back there, and they had them out sitting on a little cart. And it's the honor system, right? You honorably pick up the strawberries and you put your money in, right? Doesn't everyone do that?
I screw
Sure.
the Amish so much in Penn Yan.
So this lady in front of me, doesn't she walk to the cart, get some strawberries,
all?
and doesn't freaking pay for them? And I wanted to call her on it.
So you put in $5 for her?
No, I got two little quart things, and I paid $10. So I probably paid for hers, but still, it's the honor system. What kind of people steal from farmers that have carts on the side of the road? That's all I'm asking you. What kind? Are you that
Yeah.
hard up you can't afford $4 for strawberries?
Well, maybe
You
she
know-
only had a credit card.
Well, then you don't stop. You don't stop and get the strawberries.
Yeah.
How was your little hot tub thing on Friday night?
It went about 5 minutes longer than it needed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocking. He's in a hot tub naked with some guys. Michael,
It's not. It's
No
not
commentary needed
It's
here.
not officially naked.
Lori says, "Hey, Kimberly, there's no such thing anymore." Yeah, exactly. I should have called her out, right? I should have said something to her.
Mind your own beeswax.
You know, I wasn't really for once. I wasn't in really a confrontational kind of mood, so I wasn't. I don't know. I
How
just
do you
felt
know
weird.
she wasn't the farmer's sister or the farmer's daughter? Huh? Maybe she gets complimentary strawberries.
Because I saw her pull in from across the way. Okay, so the apple cart is like right here. Apple Country is just right across the way.
Mhm.
I saw her pull in and park. I'm getting ready to pull out of the Apple Country veterinarian parking lot. I can see her. I mean, she like randomly pulled off of 259, pulled into the parking lot, got the strawberries, and then, vamoosed.
You sure it wasn't Patty Bardine?
It was not. Because I saw Patty on Sunday and it was not Patty.
Okay.
Rare Strawberry Moon is going to appear on Thursday. You will be able to see
The strawberry moon.
the super strawberry moon is set to be the biggest and brightest full moon of the summer. And I do believe it is the
Nice.
last full moon of the year.
I'm waiting with bated
So,
breath.
The full moon. I know. See, I've got nothing else better to
Eye roll.
than at
what
night.
day is this?
It's Thursday.
Oh, I'm busy Thursday.
June's full moon is called the strawberry moon, and it will be at its fullest on Thursday. Thursday night, you'll be able to see it as it hangs low in the sky. There it is. How beautiful is that? It's supposed to look pinkish and that's why it's called the strawberry moon, also because at the end of June, when it comes up, it's strawberry season.
Certain reflection of sunlight.
Yeah, and the strawberry season.
Looks like a big pimple.
It's kind of does. Are you a fan of Dr. Pimple Popper, Michael Meggison? I just want to know.
I have seen that A&E series. There's not a lot of A&E. Now, if you want to talk about current TV shows, you're not going to get a lot out of me. I don't watch a lot of that. I have over 800 DVDs. I watch movies all the time.
Okay, here's something you will like. Remember Jean Smart from Designing Women?
Oh, yeah. I used to be hot for her and Delta Burke before she got fat.
Delta Burke, right?
Right. Who wouldn't?
Right. Delta Burke was hot. And we talked about her, I think, last week. You got to watch Hacks.
Oh, all right. If she's on there, all right.
Hacks. No, Jean Smart is like this comedian who's fallen off the beaten track. She's in Vegas, but her shtick is old. Her shtick is not really funny anymore. So she hires this millennial to help her get her comedy back up to something. You will dig it. You will appreciate it, I think.
But you know the one I really, really like that I have seen. It's the one that has Eugene Levy, Annie Murphy.
Schitt's Creek.
I love it.
I know.
Annie Murphy's going to be my new wife. Just letting you guys know that. So stay away from her. Stay 50 feet.
All
She's
right.
going to be my wife.
All right. Casey says, hi, Chad. No, that's not Chad. That's Michael Meggison.
Same thing.
Schitt's Creek is actually very brilliant.
Brilliant.
And Eugene Levy, like I said, I've known him since the days of SCTV. I used to watch it late at night because Saturday Night Live back in the early 80s blew. So I would watch SCTV instead. And Eugene Levy was amazing.
What's funny about the whole thing is his son
and his daughter.
Looks just like him.
It looks just like him and is just as funny as Dad. Well, Dad is obviously more talented, but the son he's got game, right?
His character David is brilliant.
It is brilliant.
And Catherine O'Hara, who plays the mom,
love her.
She was also in SCTV, so this is kind of like an SCTV reunion.
And they do a lot of the Christopher Guest movies, where most every Christopher Guest movie, Best in Show, all those type of movies, Waiting for Guffman, they're all just off the. I mean, they're just improv. There's no script. They just go in and improv those movies. And I know you saw those movies too, probably, Michael.
Oh, absolutely. I always will love the improv comedians because they will be told, do this, and they'll be able to do it. A stand-up comedian can only be as funny as the material that he is remembering in his head. And if you can go off script, that's amazing. Like Chris Farley was an improv.
Yeah.
That's why I always found him spontaneously funny. I hated Andrew Dice Clay, not only because of his material.
I like Andrew Dice Clay.
Well, the problem with Andrew Dice Clay, and this is my big problem with Andrew Dice Clay, is that it's very one note. Oh, I banged this chick and I dumped her on the block. Oh, like that. You know what I mean?
Right?
But,
no, I get it. I get it completely. But he was, he played the dad in the movie with, what's her name?
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I probably will know. I'm a big movie buff.
It starred Barbara Streisand back in the day and Chris Christopherson. And
Star is Born?
So Star is Born, yes.
Yeah, he dies at the
Lady
end.
Gaga.
Yes. Oh, you're talking about the newer version.
The new version.
Right.
With Lady Gaga. He was Lady Gaga's dad with Bradley Cooper.
He did good.
And he did. He did very well.
But
Andrew
that's
Dice Clay.
I like Robin Williams more as an actor than as a comedian because Robin Williams never knew about an off button or a pull back thing. He always was on. He always was on TV shows, and it just was like too much. You got to be able to pull back a little bit, and be serious for a second, and then hit the audience. You see, I should be like an acting coach for people.
You missed your calling, clearly.
Actually, I wanted to be an actor when I was younger. I would watch Carol Burnett as a kid.
I loved Carol Burnett.
Watch all these shows.
The last time I saw Michael, we were coming out of, was it Shea's Auditorium?
Yes, in Buffalo.
In Buffalo. And I dragged my husband to see Carol Burnett. I had to see Carol Burnett because every Saturday night as a kid growing up, when my mom and dad would leave me at home and they'd go off playing cards or whatever with friends, I would insist on staying home. And she was like my babysitter on Saturday nights. I would watch Carol Burnett and I adored her. So when I found out she was coming to Buffalo, I told my husband, we're going to see Carol Burnett because I'm not going.
Yeah, I was more of the relationship with Tim Conway and Harvey Korman there. Those two guys together.
But she was brilliant. Wasn't she brilliant?
Yeah. Yes. And I always thought, believe it or not, she was a great actress too. If you remember the movie Annie, my friend Rebecca loved Annie, where she played the...
Michael has a friend. I'm just letting you know.
I have a lot of female friends. What can I say? Women just love me.
They're drawn to you, Michael. Of course.
It's because you know something. Because I have something that most guys in Rochester don't have, and it's called charisma and a personality. Hey, did you know what I just drank last night? Hey, let's barbecue on the grill. Did you know about my boat in Irondequoit?
We're walking out of Shea's auditorium in Buffalo, which is beautiful, by the way, and they haven't redone any of the inside. It is near to the same as when it first opened back in the early 1900s. So we walk out of Shea's auditorium. It's raining. And my husband says, "Isn't that Michael Meggison?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, it is." And so I holler, "Hey, Meggs." And there he is. He waves and we get in the car and we take off. Just talk to him for a second because it was pouring down rain.
I got her autograph too earlier in the day. I got her autograph and got to chat with her.
You got Kimberly's autograph?
I only have so many places in my wall for autographs. I just got Ian Pace from Deep Purple just a little while ago, so I have. It has to be
any
enough.
of them were still alive, you know.
I know. After all that, whatever.
So, Michael, do you have any news from the last 10 years?
All right. What kind of news do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
Well, okay, so
you can talk about dementia, Biden, anything you want.
Speaking of shows,
yes.
So today I got online, and my husband is a fan of Hootie. So Darius Rucker is playing C-Mac, and and I don't know what caused this, big time reversal of policy.
Yeah, Michael was saying before the show he got vaccinated just because he's a concert goer.
You got vaccinated because you wanted to go to concerts?
Absolutely. In fact,
are you freaking kidding me?
I wanted to see Don Felder at Batavia Downs, the guy from the Eagles.
The vaccination is going to make you even crazier than you already are.
He got two of them.
Holy hell, how can anyone stand that?
I only make women crazy with lust when they see me. So
he got back in line for a second time.
For a double dose.
Yeah, he got the double first.
Double down on the, what'd you get, the Pfizer or the Moderna?
I got the Moderna. And
I find that very rude when people ask. Do you find it rude that I'm making fun of you now for getting it?
It's like asking me my penis size. It's like none of your business unless you don't know me.
I don't think that's happening.
It's large.
It's the size.
I'm half Italian. That's all you have to know.
So it's wide.
So let me back up for a second. Of all the guys I thought wouldn't get a vaccine just to get into a place, I never would have thought that guy would have been you. But you went and got the vaccine because you can't miss shows that you really want to see.
Yes, I am a doer. I'm not a sit-at-home guy. And the other thing is that I will not go after people who do not want to get vaccinated. That's their choice. I'm pretty conservative, and I've always had misgivings about Fauci, and a lot of the misgivings actually have been proven true over the past.
Yeah. Of course they have. Yeah.
He turns out to be a fraud, and I'm related to him distantly on my mother's side.
Of course you are.
But anyway,
6 degrees from Kevin Bacon
from Michael Meggison.
Yeah, I'm about a sixth cousin of Dr. Fauci. But this is the thing that I wanted to do is that there's things that are beyond concerts called meet and greets, where I like to get a photo with them. I like to get my stuff signed. And that was the only way to do it, was to get that vaccination, because a lot of stars will not meet you unless you can prove vaccination. I was just at a Comic-Con in Pittsburgh, and Dee Wallace, who played the mom in E.T., actually said, "Do you have a card?"
I've met her before. She's great.
Cute. Yes.
She's great.
I had to show my card. I got to meet Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees.
You had to show your card.
Yeah, to show that so they could take a photo with me.
God, it's like the Excelsior. We're not gonna, it's like the Nazis. They want to see their papers in Germany. But so CMAC, in this huge reversal of policy, said yesterday afternoon, CMAC is the if you're listening from outdoors, outside of the Rochester area, if you're listening from other areas of the country, it's the Constellation Brands Marvin Sands Performing Arts Center. It's in Canandaigua, New York. It's an outdoor amphitheater, and it really is a pleasure to go to CMAC. I mean, it's on a nice night. You can't ask for a better outdoor amphitheater. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I love it. Darien Lake has the worst parking. At least the parking makes sense.
Yeah.
CMAC has better parking. And I just like the atmosphere, the way it's curved. You can see the show pretty well, even if you have crappy areas. I went to see The Who, and I was way in the back, and I enjoyed it just as much as the people that were in the front areas.
So I've been to some great concerts. So I look at this and I'm like, they're no longer going to require proof of vaccination. Why do you think that is? Why do you think all of a sudden, CMAC before like a month ago was, hey, Chad, what's going on? You coming in to give us a hard time?
Came in to listen. You guys are phenomenal.
Got freedom, 4 o'clock. Got freedom.
Got freedom, 4 o'clock
4
with Chad
today.
Hummel today.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was listening on my iPhone.
Right there into the mic. It's helpful.
I was listening on my phone downstairs and my phone died.
Shocker.
And the show is so incredible today. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your guys' asses.
It's because of Michael Meggison.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Talent agents are looking at me right now, so I have to be at my best right now.
Talent agents, yeah.
So I wanted to come upstairs and watch live.
Oh, well, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I'm just going to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
You're welcome. Again, with the peeing. The guy always, you got to get that checked, man. I'm serious. There might be a problem. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, they're reversing their policy. I wonder why. Do you think they had huge feedback? Do you think people were threatening ticket sales? What do you think? I mean, that's my thought. It always boils down to money, doesn't it? I mean, that's my thought, at least.
Well, I got to say that CMAC right now has a very underwhelming artist roster right now. It's country artists, but it's not the Jason Aldean level country
artist. Yeah, but Luke
artist.
Bryan is pretty good. I mean, the Luke Bryan tickets I thought were like off the chart, crazy amount of money. But I will agree with you on this. So Hootie, just Darius Rucker is coming August 29th, I think. It's a Sunday night. And my husband is a fan of Hootie. So I got online today.
I'm a fan of Hooters.
Yeah. All right. Clearly, of course. I get that.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I like their wigs too.
Yeah,
we had discussed, we wanted to go see Luke Bryan. We wanted to go see Darius Rucker when he came to CMAC. And we both looked at each other and go, I'm not going to get vaccinated to go to concerts. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to show my card. I'm not going to show my papers. I'm not going to goose up in line with the rest of the, little neo-Nazi people that are working there. We're not going to do it. So then I see reversing course from a policy announced a month ago. They're going to allow people vaccinated, not vaccinated. You don't have to wear a mask. But what do they say though? They say, if you're not vaccinated, wear a mask. Okay. Again, are we on the honor policy? Like you put the money in for strawberries? You know how that works. And that's local farmers, right?
When did they reverse course? When was that announcement?
Last night, yesterday afternoon, I think, around 4 or 5 o'clock.
It's easy.
What's easy?
It's easy to figure out why they did it.
Why did they do it?
Because they were getting pressure from the state so that Cuomo could get his sales bonus. They needed the 70%. It was all a bluff in the first place. I've been telling people for months, they are just bluffing you. If enough people call up their colleges, if enough people call up CMAC and say, I'm not buying a ticket, even though you might plan on buying it, right? But if you at least call their bluff the way they're bluffing, then it's either going to come down to their pocketbook or now that they've hit the 70%,
right?
The pressure's off now. They got a memo. They got a memo from Cuomo. You don't have to push it anymore.
But all these people that were like Michael that rushed out to get are you pissed about that or no?
Well, kind of pissed. I just don't want to because I've been given all sorts of horror stories that you get ED from this and everything like that. And with my active life, I don't want to even think about that.
Very active life.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah. I'm 46 until tomorrow, so I'm in good shape, Mike.
All right. But remember, like Ric Flair, I'm the girlfriend stealer, so you better keep your significant others far away from me.
And I got to be honest with you. I mean, the lineup is not that spectacular for CMAC, right?
That's what it is.
It's Dierks Bentley, it's Darius Rucker, it's Luke Combs, it's Thomas Rhett, it's Collective Soul.
A Collective Soul is good, but they're good like in a small club setting, not in a big concert setting. Collective Soul is an amazing, phenomenal
It's the
group.
one member of Leonard Skinner still left. I mean,
I'm saying the real guy from Leonard Skinner, the drummer. They're playing at the his name's Artemis Pyle, the drummer.
Yeah.
He's playing at the Riviera in Tonawanda.
Is that the guy with one arm?
No. You're thinking of Def Leppard.
Leppard.
Artemis Pyle is the guy with the long hair that looked like he was a caveman.
Mike, do you want me to pour some sugar on you?
Ew.
Or some Tommy Lahren on me.
First it's Tom in a hot tub naked with another guy, and now it's I no judgment.
Just trying to
zone
spice
here.
things up here a little bit.
You just do whatever you need.
There's a lot of testosterone in this room right now.
I know, all coming from me.
We are who we are.
Wow, did you guys hear that? She just slammed us pretty good. Though.
I always say I have the biggest balls of anyone in the room.
Uh-oh.
I always say, that's what I say. So I'm pretty excited.
Austin, you better turn the cameras off.
Because now I might consider going to see Luke Bryan. I mean, I'm not really a country fan, but
see him on American Idol.
My husband likes him. I don't know.
Who's the guy who looks like he changes oil for a living? That one guy.
All of them.
Oh yeah,
they all have the same look.
Luke Holmes. He looks like the type of guy. I hate to say that. That's in one of those 315 gas stations.
Yeah.
That's basically eating that's oil and stuff. He just, he probably sounds great.
But here's the thing with country. A lot of the country music sounds the same as every other country singer song. I mean, to me, it's hard to tell, the guys apart because it all sounds, the same.
I'm friends with the one country singer that's up and coming that's going to be coming to Rochester. Her name's Jess Lee. She was on The Voice, actually.
Really? And
we became good friends over the last few months. And I'm going to get meet and greet and everything when she comes to Rochester.
Of course you will.
And I'm the guy who...
You know people who know people.
But the thing also is that I'm the guy who has slammed...
for that.
I've slammed country music more than any other genre except for possibly gangster rap. I don't like country for the most part.
Why you got to be racist?
You don't like NWA?
Eminem is white.
No, I know. I'm just
all right.
I was just throwing that out at you.
But I was going to say that the country that I've always liked is crossover style, like the Kenny Rogers and the Chris Christopherson and the Glenn Campbells.
The 1970s.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And that was, when they weren't talking about pickup trucks and cheating on your wife and
that's
looking out
all
the bell,
they sang about.
looking out the window, thinking about life and stuff. Oh my God! Please get a better lyricist.
So here's my question,
right.
Chad. You're going to CMAC. You wearing a mask?
I'm not going to CMAC.
You're not going to CMAC.
Not if I have to wear a mask. I told you I've only been there once ever. I think I went and saw the Lilith Fair years ago.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
We won tickets on like 98 PXY or something.
Not 95.1, Chad.
Oh God!
Of course not.
The Indigo Girls. Enough said.
Sarah McLachlan. No, I wouldn't go if I had to wear a mask.
No, I mean I don't know how they're going to prove it. No one's going to wear a mask. No one's got. And I could just. And here's what I wonder. So obviously,
how do you throw up with a mask on?
The money, right?
Right.
The money is the big issue. If you follow the money, you'll find where the policy ends. But also, I was wondering if they thought it would be too much, if there would be any fights or violence of their staff asking people to show the proof that they're vaccinated.
Fight all the time at CMAC
while they're drinking.
All over.
I mean, what? I mean,
everyone's going to be drinking.
Everyone's going to be drinking. People get a little, riled up when they're asked, let me see the...
They drink Bud Light at those things, I think.
Let me see your documentation.
Bud Light Platinum.
Let me see if you're vaccinated. And people get pissed about stuff like that.
I don't like to be confronted at all because at Wegmans, I have said to people, unless you're going to approach me to say hello to me or greet me, do not approach me to correct my behavior because I'm an adult. And if you do, it will not end well. I'm not going to be violent. I'm not going to be violent, but I'm going to tell you to go F off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Would you get arrested?
If something, I have never been arrested in my life.
It's fun. You should try it sometime.
All right. I've saw the fun of that. You know what I mean? Something? Policemen here love me because, I always respect them. And believe it or not, if you just follow the freaking rules, you're not going to get in trouble. I've been stopped by police because of something, and I just turned in, showed my stuff, and 99% of the time, I came out without any tickets, without any. They say, "Well, just get your light fixed."
Michael's a trendsetter. You just follow the rules.
Follow the rules,
and you never have any problems.
Well, let me just. So speaking of policy and rules, so in California, kind of like in New York State. Basically, if you were renting someplace and you decided you didn't want to pay your landlord, you didn't have to. And according to policy in California and the state of New York, the landlords weren't allowed to evict you. So Governor Newsom in California, who is facing a recall election, has declared today that California will pay off all unpaid rent for low-income households accrued during the pandemic. That's $5.2 billion of rent forgiveness. And let me just tell you, if you're thinking, oh, that's for low income. You qualify as low income if you are a 3-person household in San Francisco making less than $149,000. And I'm not kidding you. You qualify for low income if you're a 3-person family making under $149,000.
Well, you get $149,000 working at Burger King in California, don't you?
Is that insane? That is the definition of insanity.
Did you go to Burger King for lunch today?
I did. Yes.
Their burgers are awful.
But this has a little captain in it. They don't give you captain.
Shocker.
Man.
They don't give you captain at Burger King.
So you rent, right,
Yes,
Michael?
I do.
You rent. Have you paid your rent all through COVID?
I always pay on time. I am the most on-time person. And
how dare you pay when so many other people were just,
He's like Southwest.
We
He's
don't
always
have to
on
pay.
time.
I mean, all these people, $5.2 billion is what renters owe the landlords in the state of California. That's an astronomical amount, isn't it? I mean, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that so many people owe $5.2 million because they just stopped paying rent.
Well, probably one of those persons is Newsom's buddy, and he probably owns like 70% of that. So
you're probably right.
There's probably one guy that owns like 70,000 apartment complexes, and he's probably going to get $1 billion of it.
I mean,
but now the landlords get paid
as a kickback.
Landlords get paid.
So the tenants got paid off by getting free rent. Now the landlords who've been screaming from the tops of the roofs, now they get paid off, and the circle's complete, and the government continues to advance on our freedom and liberty.
I mean,
there you have it.
I look at that and I can't.
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Something
got freedom at 4 o'clock.
Got freedom 4 o'clock. Can't we do something better with our money? Wouldn't California's money be better spent on something besides
grows on trees,
paying deadbeats rent? I mean, we work for a living, right?
Absolutely.
I've kind of been out of work I'm selling houses and we're doing well. But
does Chad know the news?
I've paid my mortgage. Yes, I told him. Aunt Mel got a house. I got Aunt Mel a house. So excited. I am so excited.
She built it herself.
She could have built it in
time. Yeah, I mean, but people like Michael, who, you worked during COVID, right?
Right. And I was going to always say is that one thing I've always learned, and I was taught this by my father, is to always live within your means. That means that you do not have to keep up with the Joneses. I don't give a damn what my neighbor has. I don't give a damn what my friends have. I will just live to where I can pay off something immediately. When I buy something, I have 0 credit card debt, and it's because I pay it off. If I don't have the money, I just don't buy it.
Wow.
And that's the way to live.
I think Michael's podcast will be Common Sense by Michael Meggison.
Yeah, we got to figure out a name for a podcast.
Common Sense.
And I will give love advice too for all the lovelorn guys in Monroe County.
That's my Thomas Paine book that I like to read.
Oh,
Kimberly, you want me to go get Common Sense?
Please don't. Please don't.
All right, I'll go to sleep.
All right. So the election, the local election, the mayoral election, the primary is to.
Why is this? I want to know why this is sitting in front of me.
Where did you
this
get
was
that?
sitting on the table.
Well, I didn't bring
Did
it.
Jose Pio bring this?
He did, but he didn't get to that topic last night.
Who was on the
and
show
I
with
can't
him?
really explain the topic to you because
you didn't understand. It was above your intellect.
No, it would have to be in his words.
Can I give you? Okay,
so next week, Monday at 4, Jose Pio show, politically correctness, and he'll
political correcting.
Political correcting. Thank you.
Correcting.
Political correcting.
He's
with
slurring
Jose
his
Pio.
words over there.
I am.
So the mayoral primary is today with Malik Evans and Mayor Lovely Warren. Here's Mayor Lovely Warren's Rochester. We want to hear Mayor Lovely Warren's Rochester from 6:18 to 6:20. So basically from Friday to Sunday, right? 3 murders, 3 people shot, 1 stabbed, 6 incidents of gunshots fired, no one struck. 36 gunshots fired with multiple rounds striking a car with 3 babies inside. That is Lovely Warren's Rochester over the weekend. Last night alone, just last night, that's Mayor Lovely Warren's Rochester. Just last night, 6 people shot, 3 carjacking robberies, 1 attempted robbery, and 2 incidents of gunshots fired with nobody struck.
Speak into the microphone, Lovely.
So there's Mayor Lovely Warren's Rochester.
Yeah, I guess somebody on Bronson Avenue was killed.
Dr. Samuel McCree Way.
Now they call it Dr. Samuel McCree Way because so many people died on Bronson Avenue.
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 people shot in 3 carjackings in Rochester just last night.
There was a carjacking in Webster last night. Did you hear about that?
Is that the one that No, I didn't hear about that. Was that the one that's listed here?
Hard Road, I think, in the plaza by the library.
Obviously, it is a hard road.
Who goes out to Webster and carjacks someone?
Yeah,
that's
an elderly lady got hit.
Okay, bingo. There's because that's what cowards do. They attack those who can't fight back, right?
Yep.
That's why Tom should be afraid.
You're carjacked. Do you let them take your car, Michael?
They're going to take it out of my cold, dead hands. I'm going to tell you the truth. They're going to have to kill me. Honestly, they will have to shoot me in the head to get my car.
That happened a couple months ago.
To the guy over in
And I'll say, they'll find you too.
So eventually they'll find you. So, and here's the other thing. So they had another incident at the second time in a month, the fight at the, let me just say, the quote unquote children's detention center. You know, when we say children, we think so well behaved and they're nice little button down shirts.
We think of Dr. Seuss books.
We think they've got nice little slacks on and they're going to Sunday school
dungarees,
shoes, right? You know, because that's the way we all dress when we were, out on the weekends. No.
So these children are MS-13.
When I think of children, that's what I think. These children are something else altogether. In fact, the majority of these children in this children's detention center, some of them are charged with murder, right? 2 rival gangbangers fighting inside the children's detention center, and one of the workers got injured again.
Did she say gangbang, Mike?
Gangbang. All right. I'm in.
Come on, wake up over there.
I don't want to know what his favorite category is on Pornhub. But do we have to really?
It's
go
actually
there?
Xbox. All right. Now, I just wanted to bring up something about this, and people have always tried to bring this down, but isn't it like 75% of them don't even know their father? And it all goes down to this.
With the kids in the detention center?
They, and they always have the mother's name, last name, which always is very indicative that something happened in the household. And this is what's going on. When you don't have a 2-parent household, at least initially, this stuff is inevitably going to happen. It's not going to happen to somebody with a 2-parent family. It's not going to happen to somebody with intact and close family relatives, people that you can talk to, role models.
Right.
When you don't have
a father
that
figure.
Yes.
Right?
And it's not just of any race like black, white, Hispanic. It'll affect anybody because there's plenty of like what were called Irish gangs in South Boston. You know what I mean? All white gangs.
Right.
So this is not indicative of any race or nationality. It has to do with parenting. It has to do with
it's cultural.
Yes.
Whipping your ass when you need a good butt beating as a kid, right?
Yes.
That's what it is. But I mean, this is Mayor Lovely Warren's Rochester, and I don't know how the voting is going today. But if I'm a betting woman, and I'm really not, my mother is a gambler in the family. I am not. I don't like to lose my money, but my mother loves playing the slot machines. But if I'm a gambling woman, I say she wins the primary.
And that's the unfortunate thing. And that's why Rochester will continue to go down the abyss to the point where it's going to be a Utica. And if anybody's been to Utica,
I've never been to Utica.
It is
a ghost town.
It's a ghost town.
And
is it? And
why is that?
Well, because of bad government going on since the 1950s. And I don't think
progressivism.
Yes. And
collectivism.
Yep. But the thing I wanted to bring up about Lovely Warren is that I knew there was something going to be bad about her from her acceptance speech on. During her acceptance speech, she first went into, well, they just decided that the best man for a job was a woman. So immediately, instead of being gracious and saying, thank you for all the people that voted for me. Oh, I have plumbing that shows I'm a woman. So I'm the first woman. I'm the first. So
I have a vajay.
Did she prove it is the question.
Oh, nobody wants to see that.
It's probably not going to be lovely, but
here's what I will say.
Well played.
Lovely Warren's Rochester is what I just rattled off to you. All the shootings, all the murders. And you know what? We just go, okay, it's another night in Rochester. It's another weekend in Rochester. But here's the thing. It's a woman who's heard on the wiretaps talking on the phone with her drug dealing husband, right? That woman right there that said that she's legally separate. There's no legal separation. Yes. It was her husband as a member of a mid-level drug gang. It was her house. It was her bedroom where the guns were found. It was her voice on the wiretap along with their husbands, right? Where are the child endangerment charges? How is this woman still being elected when she's not only, has a husband that's doing the kind of things that he's doing, but also under indictment for fraud, for campaign fraud?
Here's something to put things into perspective. Fraud. I wanted to put this into perspective, Kimberly. In 1978, the mayor of Cincinnati, his name, by the way, was Jerry Springer.
Yes.
He had to resign from office
because he wrote a check.
Because he wrote a check to a hooker.
Yes.
And they traced it to him. And he had to resign. And look at what Jerry Springer did compared to what is going on with Lovely Warren. People had to resign from office for far less.
Right?
That she has stuff that should put her in the cooler, as far as I'm concerned.
Kimberly had to resign from the radio for far less.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait a minute.
There is Timothy.
He wrote a hooker a check?
He did. You didn't know about that?
Did the check clear?
Was
it his own personal check?
Yes.
Yeah. I have lots of questions about this, as Tom does.
Yeah, Jerry Springer. It's a true story. Look it up.
I was on Judge Mathis.
No, seriously though, was it a personal check or was it a municipal check?
It was a personal check.
So what? It was a personal check.
Yes, and he had to resign from office when it came through to the press. What I'm saying is that look at what Jerry Springer did in 1978. Forced him out of office. Look at what's going on right now.
40 years later.
In 1978, not only would this bring not only an immediate resignation from any mayor in any municipality in the United States, it would also possibly bring almost immediate charges and jail term.
Right.
And nowadays, it's nothing. That's why Marion Barry can snort crack, get reelected while he's in prison.
Right. Marion Barry, of course, the mayor of Washington, D.C. Right.
Yeah. When Republicans are in office, all we hear about is ethics reform, ethics reform, ethics reform. When these people actually do the things that fit black and white into what those ethics reforms would be, we have to ignore it. We have to pretend it didn't exist.
But there he is right there. Tim Granison covering up his head because he's embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed freaking too if I were you.
He looks like Sia, that singer from Australia?
Yeah, he does a little bit.
All right.
But he takes his daughter on a drug deal. Hey,
they're doing father and daughter stuff. What can I say?
Well, he's keeping the family unit together.
That's right. See, Mike, come on.
Right?
You can't have it both ways, Mike.
But let me just reiterate. It's her house. Rochester is her house. Look what's going on in her house with all the shootings and the crazy.
Landslide.
And you look at
but look at her makeup. It's so
liberal
perfect.
cities.
She's beautiful.
Look at Chicago. You like Chicago, right, Michael?
I've been to Chicago. Yes, I have.
I mean, look at Chicago,
shithole, isn't it?
Well, there's good spots.
Are there?
Any place that's in the south part of Chicago. That's where Good Times took place, by the way.
Right, good times.
You're a segregationist.
I don't mind.
But you look at this, and leftist cities that are just hellholes, right?
Absolutely.
Run by liberal governments in some of these cities, just hellhole, and Rochester, unfortunately, has become one of those.
And New York City is just Rochester times 400.
Yeah.
New York City it went from being one of the best cities in the United States. I've gone there several times, and I lived within 20 miles of Long Island when I was a child. Now, we used to be able to just walk anywhere with no issues. Now everybody's afraid. Even people in upper Manhattan, they're afraid. They're getting rid of their apartments. They're moving either to the south or
there's no law enforcement.
Yes, no law enforcement.
The law enforcement has hightailed it. So let me ask you: you guys go to Canada?
I used to.
I go to Toronto all the time.
We're not allowed to anymore.
Here's what I do. I love Toronto more than I love New York City.
I love New York.
I like New York City, but I like Toronto more because I don't know if the reason I like Toronto is the same reason that Michael Meggison likes Toronto.
Canadians are more friendly.
It's easier to get around.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to drive.
You just need $30
hookers
pancakes.
there. They take credit cards, I think.
It's just they do in
Street
Toronto.
vendors on Young Street.
I like it because you can drive around and it's not the hassle that driving around New York City is.
You don't take the subway?
And
the subway's great in Toronto.
It's closer.
Beautiful.
3 hours to drive to Toronto. And they've got some great baseball games and they've got some great concerts, but you got a guy up there, the prime minister.
Trudum.
Very good. Trudum. I like it. Who is not going to open the border. So here we are, another summer without being able to go
Fuck 'em.
to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls.
Perfect.
Here we are.
2 words.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
That was 1 word. Fuck them.
I'm part Canadian, I have to say. My family's from Prince Edward. They hate Trudeau.
Yeah.
They cannot stand him. And some of them are members of the Liberal Party where he belongs to, and they think he is a complete jackass.
He's almost as good looking as Putin and
Who,
kind
me?
of, no, Trudeau. But Trudeau is too feminine looking for me.
Do you ever see his father? His father did not look anything like. They did not look anything alike.
He looks like his mother.
Yes,
He looks like
and
his
Fidel
mother.
Castro, his real father.
Who had an affair with Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones.
Right. That happened. No, it was actually Ron Wood, the uglier one.
What is this,
No,
the
it
National
wasn't.
Enquirer, or is this the We the
No,
People
No,
Podcast
That's
Network?
a true story.
Right.
Jeez.
No, that's
Come on,
true.
Austin, keep them on track here.
Hey, Kimberlys Revolution. Why don't RPD officers go to Ontario County Sheriff and state troopers and let those law enforcement agencies take care of their own? Well, I think there has been a great exodus from the city of Rochester Police Department. In fact, I know for a fact that there were 17 the tickets. I guess, is that how you say if you're in law enforcement? There were 17 tickets waiting in one sector of the city. That means that there were
calls for service.
There were 17 calls for service that were going unanswered because there weren't enough officers to cover those tickets.
Oh no, there was enough officers. They're not taking the calls.
Oh, is that?
They're standing down on the calls.
You think?
Oh yeah,
I mean, because
they're standing down on the calls.
if you have an issue in Rochester,
Why would you take the call?
you might be up a creek, right?
Schitt's Creek.
There's a
one of the greatest shows ever.
there's a 9-year-old girl. Her mom just called the police. They need help. They need assistance. She's out of control. Are you taking that call today?
No.
What happened last time you answered that call?
Oh,
Somebody got
Right?
maced.
someone got maced, and then someone gets fired and brought up on charges.
There's an African-American male who was just kicked out of Strong Memorial Hospital. He's high on PCP.
Not taking
He's
that
naked
call.
and afraid in the street. Are you taking that call this
No.
time around?
Not taking that
No.
call.
You learned your lesson the last time, didn't you?
Someone says Mayor Lovely Warren has hired a fixer. How are you going to fix that? You can't fix that. That's all I'm saying.
Or
She
with
doesn't
Rachel
need
Barnhart,
to.
Raggedy Ann glue.
Here's another issue that came up to me today. My daughter is saying that I don't know where she was, Macy's or Target, and she waited in line forever, and there was no one around to work the register, right?
True.
And so you see today, did you see the report that more people quit the retail industry in April than any other month ever in history?
Yeah, they're all working at Amazon,
All right.
driving trucks.
Is that the craziest thing? So you wonder why you can't get someone to wait on you. And it's because more people quit the retail industry in April more than any other month on record in United States history.
And I
Yeah.
was just talking about this. Can I just bring up something very quickly?
No.
And I was in Penfield right now at Dunkin' Donuts. They're offering $15.50 an hour to just hand people donuts. At Target, it's $15. At McDonald's, it's $15. At Paychex, a white collar company where you get the field phone calls, people who are college graduates with degrees that want to show off their business degrees. You know how much they're making an hour? Only $1 more, $16. So think about it. A person without an education is making comparable to entry-level white-collar jobs, and they're freaking quitting these jobs? That's insane.
So, Michael, their $600 a week pension, their benefits package that they paid these people forever on unemployment, it's working.
Right?
In other words,
Right.
they've got the minimum wage naturally through capitalism up to $15 an hour, which is what they wanted to do. So is it now time to stop paying these people to stay home? Will the wages go back down? Probably not.
Or do people just figure out, you know what, we just don't really want to work. We'll work when we need to, and then we won't work when, when we don't want to.
Part of me hates the people that do that, but part of me kind of understands
Yeah.
that
Me too.
it makes sort of sense. If I'm going to be working at a place like I said, Paychex, where they're making only $1 more than somebody who's slinging hash.
Yeah, right.
It's like, F that noise. I'm staying at home and I'm going to watch Netflix all day long and make more money than if I was working. And it's an awful feeling, but I kind of it's almost like you want to hate them, but you kind of understand where they're coming from at the same
It's called
time.
human
Right.
nature.
Right.
And you don't have to pay for gas.
Listen,
so you're
I'd like
saving
to sit,
your money.
I'd like
Yeah.
to sit home all the time too.
Yeah.
That'd be fantastic. But the bills got to get paid.
Well, it's part of the government's goal. They wanna put those people, on permanent welfare, essentially. right? And they want everyone else to hate them.
Right.
That's part of the divide and conquer. They want us to get mad at each other while one party sits home on the couch and collects the check. The other one goes to work to get paid through private sector.
Right.
And the government sits back, like the puppeteer and controls the whole thing and watches as everything crashes around us.
And it's crashing, right? I mean, you can't find, listen, so,
that's tomorrow's show,
the big headline,
the big show,
the big headline this morning that all the news, media outlets were covering was that there's anger at the airport because American Airlines canceled. When's the last time you flew, Michael?
It was when
yesterday.
I used to fly a lot, but I stopped. Believe it or not, was when I went to Europe with my friend, and I love the waitresses. I mean the stewardesses there. They say
shocker.
Stewardesses. I think they're flight attendants. I think that's the correct terminology.
Yeah,
flight attendants.
I purposely always used to pick the back area because when they're sitting down,
picks the back area.
Yeah, but
I get the
Could you elaborate, please?
So the flights for American Airlines has already canceled over 1,000 flights and counting. And it's because they can't provide proper staffing for American Airlines. They don't have enough people to work. They don't have enough people to pilot the jets. They don't have enough people to work the desks at the airport.
I heard the pilots are
all off.
I heard the pilots are working from home these days.
That and by the
autopilot.
I
It's
don't know
all
how you do it.
computer. It's all a computer.
That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, so people's flights are being canceled because American Airlines can't find enough people to work. And again, here we are, and that more people said, I don't really want to work retail. I'm just going to sit home. I can get paid more for not working at Macy's.
Right.
Then why am I going in every day? I don't want to go in.
And they make great money, but they make great money in the airlines, especially what I would consider the flight attendants get to see the world.
Yeah.
And the pilots, obviously, I knew a pilot in Pittsburgh who lived in basically a mansion. You know what I mean? So this is amazing that they don't want to work because everybody gets well compensated in the airline industry. Even the baggage handlers make good money.
I mean, when I flew the last
Michael,
time.
was that Sully? Did you know Sully?
He's a big left wing lunatic. I don't like him.
He did use his left wing. Yes.
It's a good movie though.
Hey,
Nice.
hey, you guys, what happens if Eli, is it Ellie?
You made this mistake last time.
It's Ellie. Yeah. Ellie, what happens to having to look for work? And if you don't, your unemployment is cut off. Well, I think during the pandemic, that's part of the pandemic insurance is that you don't get your unemployment cut off.
It's ending in September anyway. And then people are going to start having to scramble. I think it's not completely cut off, but the extra 300 is taken. So that'll be more of an incentive then for people to go back to work.
Right.
And you're going to see the employment rate in October after it gets cut off go back to a normal proportion. It's going to happen.
So we were at a restaurant over in Webster, which is right on the bay. It's been a couple of different things. It's a new restaurant. It's called Brody's. And they were slammed. He's got a giant sign out in front of the restaurant that says, "Help wanted. Please come inside and talk to us." I mean, places are begging for people to come work.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just not enough people. I mean, wait times at restaurants just to get a drink. I mean, I could die of thirst. Do you know what I mean?
What does a girl got to do to get a drink in this place?
I'm just saying. I could go just die of thirst. I was parched. It was my daughter's birthday over the weekend. Nice. I will say.
How old? 23 now?
23 for my club.
All right. Isn't she going into the police?
She is a police officer.
All right. That's good. That's good that you went.
If she pulls you over, I guarantee, do not hit on her, Meggison. She will yank you out of that car.
I hit on all the good looking, but I don't even do it with saying it. I just use my eyes.
She will tase you immediately.
Do we have to bring Chad a birthday present for tomorrow's show?
What is it? Is it your birthday tomorrow?
I think it might be. Yeah.
Is it real? Is it really his birthday?
Yes. Although apparently Facebook thinks it's my birthday today because this morning I had a couple happy birthday messages and I went into my profile and it was correctly in my profile as June 23rd. So
what are you going to do for your birthday?
Probably work.
Work?
Yeah.
Nice. You don't get a day off.
My son's got
birthday.
a baseball game tomorrow night.
Oh, you're going to wear a mask?
Summer league. No. Masks are no longer required outdoors. In East Irondequoit.
Really?
Go figure.
So are you going to have to go back to your next court date?
Yeah, I still have to go to court.
Oh my God, what a waste of time.
I would be dropping the charges. If I was a judge, I'd say this is stupid bull crap. Just Stop it.
Right?
Drop the charges. There's so many different cases that need to be going through the dockets right now. Why would they be wasting their freaking time on this crap? Really?
Sounds like you got another lawyer here.
Many judges would do that.
We've been asking and asking.
You have what do you call it? Letitia Stasio is your judge?
That's another story.
We got a letter.
That's another letter.
We got a letter. I'm sure we're going to get another letter after today's show. Right. Anyway, well, you know what? Just Tom, do you have Just Tom's take?
I do.
Sounds very confident. Go ahead.
No, I do. Everybody knows June 19th is Juneteenth, right?
Oh, Jesus. All right, I'm leaving.
It was my daughter's
birthday.
I'll be
back at 4 p.m.
Do we have to?
Okay.
It's Just Tom's take.
I was going to go over the 12 federal holidays and rank them.
Okay.
Does anybody know all 12 federal holidays?
Some shows get better as they crescendo towards the end.
All right.
We're ranking federal holidays.
Should we just axe Tom's take?
It's actually, why is it June 19th?
All right, just go ahead and rip the scab off. Go for it.
June 19th was, it was basically an outpost in Galveston, Texas.
Okay. And I think Texas was the first state that actually.
But there were no real Union soldiers that were that far south to the outpost. So it just took them a little longer to get to Texas in Galveston to tell them that slavery was over.
They didn't have email.
I'm already in Galveston.
All right. God bless the kind others.
Oh, now he's gonna pout. Do your little Tom's take.
No.
Do it. Are your feelings hurt? Let's rank the holidays. Go.
All right.
Okay. So I can name Veterans Day.
Juneteenth. I thought she was an actress on the Cosby Show.
This is Veterans Day and
three
Columbus,
we're talking
Columbus
about
Day.
holidays that were United States things, like Juneteenth.
Okay, Columbus Day.
Well, you figure Christmas, New Year's Day, and Inauguration Day. Inauguration Day is actually a federal holiday every 4 years.
Okay.
Most people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
But you take those three out because Christmas is religious, obviously. New Year's Day is, because it's the first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ranked them. Columbus Day has got to be the last one, right? If you're kicking a holiday off the island, it's Columbus Day, right?
It's Indigenous Peoples Day,
right? You're kicking that off the island. Then I went Thanksgiving Day because it's symbolic.
When we killed the Indians,
you've got some settlers that they struggled,
stole their corn,
they and struggled.
So we got Columbus that killed the Indians. Now we got Thanksgiving where the Indians got killed. What's next?
Then 7, I'm going Labor Day. Yeah, unions.
Okay. Unions are important.
Oh, I thought my dad for women who are going into labor.
That too.
All right.
My
13 hours of labor for my daughter over the weekend.
From
13 hours of labor.
From 6 to 3, it's kind of fuzzy. 6, I went President's Day. It's George Washington's birthday. It
More
celebrates
racist.
all the presidents. So, but it's in
that
February.
Makes you a racist.
So I went 6 with President's Day. 5, I went Veterans Day. You're appreciating active and former military,
the warmongers,
but these guys didn't die, on the battlefield. So I went number 5 for them because they survived.
Lieutenant Dan didn't die on the battlefield.
4, I went with Juneteenth because I think that's something that's the end of slavery. It was a big cultural significant
absolutely
thing. 3 is Martin Luther King Jr. His change in the world and his change in the country.
We're just trying to save the show at this point. Go ahead.
2 is Independence Day. Of course, July 4th. But why didn't we use?
It'll be canceled.
Why didn't we use October 19th? Anybody know October 19th?
Is that Halloween?
No.
Is that Halloween?
What happened October 19th, 1781?
That was the
end of the Revolution.
That was the surrender at Yorktown. And what about September 3rd, 1783? Why didn't we use that for
the Treaty of Paris?
The Treaty of Paris.
Wow, Michael Meggison.
And people say I'm dumb.
So why didn't we use those? I mean, why July 4th? So
because people think it's the signing, and believe it or not,
it was the voting.
It was the voting, right?
Yeah, they signed on the 8th or the 6th.
August 2 for majority, but some of them didn't even sign until almost the end of the war.
Right.
Thomas McKean
of
of
6
Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes.
What happened, Michael, on September 17th, 1887? September 17th, 1787. Why didn't we use that date? That was the Constitutional Convention in Philadelphia.
Madison.
I mean,
one of my personal heroes.
Why isn't that Independence Day? So there's a lot of different things here. And number 1, of course, I think everybody
because the name of the movie is Independence Day. It's on the 4th of July.
But I think number 1, everybody will probably agree with. What's the one that's left?
Halloween.
No, Memorial Day.
Oh,
yes.
there you go.
And
Very
that-
good
and,
one.
And that's number one.
And that's just Tom's take.
All right.
Michael Meggison, thank you for sitting in today on Kimberly's Revolution.
The pleasure is all mine.
It is
Thank you.
great. It's
I
great.
don't even know who he is yet.
You don't know who Mike is?
No.
I've
The
known
King
Mike
of
for years.
Rochester, man.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah, he's
Oh, that's you?
And Michael
He's a- holy
Meggison
shit.
will have his show on the We the People podcast network coming up tonight at 8.
Yeah. There you go.
My
No.
guest stars will be Tommy Lahren, Lauren Chen, and all the cute conservative podcasters out there in
Yeah.
podcast land.
Yeah, he wishes.
All right.
So coming up at 4:00 today on
Oh,
the We
yeah.
the People podcast network,
Got
God
freedom.
freedom.
Got Freedom.
So how am I going to follow this up? So
What-
this is fun. There's 4 people in a room. We're screwing around. And then I'm going to sit in here all alone.
I
and
have full
talking
faith
to a
that you can
camera
talk
and
to
a
yourself.
microphone.
Yeah, you can do it.
It's kind of boring,
I've
but I'll give it a shot.
I've seen you do it. I think you can.
What's the main topic for today, Chad?
Nathaniel Rochester.
Oh, okay. Very
Nice.
good.
We're going to cancel him next. If he was a racist slaveholder.
I think
Yep.
that's being done.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's being done.
They're working
and,
on it as we speak.
and of course, Kimberly's Daily Revolution tomorrow, again 4:00 with just Tom and Chad. And Chad will be back.
All right.
So we can also talk about the reparations that they're wanting people to pay for a festival in Seattle. I mean, that's yeah. They want white people to
Yep.
pay, only white people. So we'll talk about that tomorrow on Kimberly's Revolution.
All right. Well, thank you, Michael, for coming today.
Very much a pleasure.
You don't have to go home, but you just can't stay here.
Oh, all right.
God bless and be kind to others.
Rejuvenate, restore, refresh, and heal. At Fantuzzo Acupuncture, we seek to help achieve effective health and wellness in an elegant spa-like atmosphere. Fantuzzo Acupuncture specializes in traditional acupuncture, cosmetic anti-aging acupuncture, acupressure, cupping, CBD topical creams, and more. Approach healthcare holistically. Visit FantuzzoAcupuncture.com to book online today. FantuzzoAcupuncture.com.
From attic to basement, we're here for you. It's quality service in all we do. Call Taylor. 500 help.